Well, Lighthouse really is here to end homelessness for babies, children and young people, and we want every child that doesn't have a sense of loving and a sense of belonging and a sense of connectedness to have a home and feel like they're part of a community and a loving family. We're very excited. As you can see, there's lots of parcels and packages everywhere because we're opening our new Lighthouse home in Clayton.
Yes.
And all our wonderful supporters have provided all this for us. There's, you know, Fenton Provincial Home.
I understand you were a dancer, is that correct?
I was a dancer for probably 16 years, and then I started water skiing, so I was a Moomba ballerina, which not many people know about. So
oh my gosh.
I used to jump on the top of men's shoulders and do acrobatics and all sorts of things.
I did not know that.
Slalom ski, yeah.
Oh my God.
I've got a few things up my sleeve that I've done over the past. Yep, I sit over here because I like getting to see all the new people
Always
coming
lead from
in.
the heart.
Yep. So I sit there and I get the yummy, you know, kind of grandmother looking over at all the young people coming in and interacting with everyone and making sure the culture is really, you know, sort of perfect for young people to be nurtured in.
How did your charity journey begin?
I had the opportunity when I was around 27 to visit an orphanage in Sri Lanka that we happened to be helping at the time and sending clothes over and things. It was just around the fall of Vietnam. And while I was there, I realised there was really starving and malnourished children. And it just shocked me being a young mum of 2 children of my own. And I came back to Australia a really different girl, one that was pretty devastated that we'd allow little babies and children to die on our watch as human beings. It was just unimaginable to me, and it really started off a want to change things. But you know, I didn't have an education. You know, I left at year 10 and I grew up in housing commission, and so I didn't have much going for me in the way of certificates or, you know, to be taken seriously. So the way around that was that I started fostering in my own home, and I wanted every homeless child in Australia to be tucked in bed of a night and read a fairy story and tell them they were loved. I got to the stage where I had so many children, I didn't have a bed left to take in the next young person because I was committed to giving everybody in Australia a home if they needed one. So here's our institute. When it's not COVID, we have our Dr. Tia DeBay. She does all our training and education, and so we can go nationally. Lighthouse's probably unique proposition is that we engage the community to come in and support us rear these children. So we know we can't do it alone. So every time we open a home in the community, we bring together, a bit like a Rotary, a group of people who really care and are passionate about young people that live around these children in that home and say, these are your kids and it's on your watch, and we don't ever want those doors to shut for them.
Are you willing to share any stories of any young people that you've seen? I think it's really important that everyone kind of knows that it's nice to kind of say all these, you know, like we want to give loving, nurturing homes, but can you enlighten us a little bit of where they've come from, that they need to come to you?
Yeah, well, a lot of the older children have been in the system for a long time, so they've gone from one foster carer to the other or from one residential care to the other. We've had children that have been locked up under homes and fed dog food, you know, as a way of chastising them, you know, and their parents have had mental health issues. We've had children from pedophile rings that, you know, have found it really hard to get out, and we've had, you know, a sibling group a couple of years ago that came to us and their father had murdered their mother, and those kids then lost their mum and their dad in one foul swoop and didn't have any family. So they came to us terribly traumatised, and it was just horrific.
So you have a number of different things that you do. Do you want to just name them? What you...
Well, when the young people come in, we look at which program will suit them best, and we have different programs where people come in. So if they come in when they're a young mum and bub, they'll go into our young mum and bubs program.
Yeah.
If they've been exploited sexually, or they're early and forced marriage, young brides, and they've tried to escape, then we'll go into that program. If they're adolescents and they've been going through, you know, from one family to the other, or into residential care, then we'll take them in and do a specialised program with them. So we have a whole lot of programs for each young person that comes in, and
beautiful.
And really what we want to do is, along the way, is create a trauma-informed practice around them, and that's
Right.
really about changing the neurobiology of their brain, and that takes a period of time. So we're always looking for foster parents. Our young people have, most of the time, living carers, and it might be that a carer gets up every morning, whether the child comes to the breakfast table or not, and makes that 300th glass of orange juice. So that child knows that that carer cares enough for them that they will keep doing that time and time again. And we look, you know, positively at all sorts of parents. So it might be a couple, it could be LGBTQI person, it might
Now
be
that,
a single
can I just
parent.
touch on that? So
Yeah.
are you one of the few, that's very, I love to hear that. That's really, really wonderful to hear. So are you one of the few organisations that have openly said, foster parents, anyone? Is that what you basically...
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that fabulous?
We look for people that are loving and passionate of young people, that they've got a spare bedroom, but don't let that put you off, because we could probably help you find another place that's got an extra bedroom. And just your willingness to learn about trauma, and we'll be right there behind you. So yeah, we're very open to all sorts of parenting types and skills.
I love chatting to you. I really do. You just
Thank you.
inspire me. You make me feel, and which is why, you know, T.house has come on board. I've been wanting to do this for a while,
I know.
and I'm so, obviously every time I talk to you, I just want to get out there and start to do something.
Thank you for that, Tina. I can't
Thank
tell
you.
you how deeply grateful. You know, sometimes words can never express how deeply we feel for the community and what they've achieved, you know, because it's really everybody out there, those, you know, mums and dads and, you know, grown-up teenagers as well have done bike rides for us and all sorts of things. So as many things as you imagine people do, and it's what's created this beautiful place that people get to land on and be nurtured and cared for until they're ready to do it on their own.
Yeah, that's so true. So I think it goes back to what you started with, which is every child needs to be loved.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility as a community to ensure that that happens.